Coach Sassy Fit with Sassy Fitness. This is Coach Sassy Fit with Team Sassy Fitness. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Teaching Tuesday. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and before we get started and pour into you just for a minute. First of all, if nobody's told you today, I'm proud of you. Proud of you for still trying. Proud of you for still showing up. Proud of you for still believing that your life, your health, and your goals can change. Sometimes we get caught up in what we haven't done yet, and we're so caught up in that we forget to celebrate the fact that we haven't quit. And that matters. The fact that we didn't quit, it matters. I know life get busy. I know work gets overwhelming. I know kids, family, stress, and bills and responsibilities can make it feel like there's no room left for you. But let me remind you something. If you don't make time for your wellness now, you'll be forced to make time for your illness later. And that fatigue, that brain fog, that low energy, that emotional eating, that stress, those are whispers. And every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we come together right here so I can help you listen, learn, and level up. These Teaching Tuesday sessions are not designed they are designed to educate you, empower you, and equip you with the tools to become the healthiest version of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. And today's topic is so important because we are talking about navigating social media without getting misled. And let's be real, social media can have you confused. I have so many people ask questions about things that they've heard. One person says, don't eat carbs. The other person says, eat all the carbs. One says, detox tea. One says, waist trainer. One says, don't lift heavy. And one says, lift every day. It is so exhausting. And confusion creates inconsistency because you don't know what to do. So today, I am going to help you filter through the noise and learn the truth so you can make decisions that actually serve your body and your goals. So if you haven't already, grab your notebook, grab your water, grab a friend if you may, and meet us in the Zoom room. We're going to learn, grow, and become harder to mislead. So, I hope to see you inside. Give you a couple of minutes to go do your thing. If you're watching this back later, pause it, go grab what you need, and come right back. See you in the room. Hey, D, welcome.
Hello.
Hey there. We letting a few people come in. Looking forward to this discussion today.
Yeah, so I didn't do my homework last night, so I'm sorry.
Tisk, tisk,
I did
tisk.
it today.
Okay.
I've been really working on this presentation. I'm going to Atlanta in June
Okay.
to a diabetes prevention conference.
Nice.
So I presented a presentation, and they wanted me to come and present it in person.
Nice for the diabetes.
For diabetes prevention, and I had to go the exercise route.
Oh, of course.
For movement.
Of course.
So
Movement, yeah.
just trying to stay in CDC guidelines as far as the PowerPoint presentation and all of that. So
Okay. Sounds good.
that has
Hey,
been.
Shira.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
We're gonna see if any students hop on, but thank y'all for being early.
Of course.
Welcome in the room, Izzy. Oh, somebody else coming in. Who we got? This must be Miss Kathy. Let's see. I bet you it is. I bet you. Nope, it's Crystal. Hey, Crystal.
Hi.
Oh, you made it. Come on with the come on. Okay, all right. Come on in the room.
I
Well,
missed it.
huh?
I missed that voice on Monday.
Aw.
Missed it. I kid you not.
Aw, thanks. I miss y'all too.
Mhm.
But listen, we are here, and this is something that I think is gonna serve a lot of y'all. Um, and I'm super glad that you're here because this is the topic that I chose today is something that impacts every single one of us, whether we realize it or not.
Mhm.
And that is sociable media.
Sociable.
Yep, I call it sociable media because we scroll every day, a lot of us, and we see transformation photos, we see what I eat in a day videos, we see quick fat loss hacks, we see influencers promoting products and plans. And while some of it can be helpful, a lot of it can be misleading. So today we're going to talk about the reality behind what you see online, common myths in the fitness space, and how to filter out misinformation, and also how to stay grounded in what actually works. Because here's the truth, not everything that looks good online is good for you.
Mhm.
I'm going to say that again. Not everything that looks good online is good for you.
Mhm.
And your results are going to come from informed decisions, not trends, because trends don't stick and they're not sustainable, and trends change all the time. Am I right about it? So, for those of you who are new here or watching this on replay, I am going to introduce myself as well as my coaches. I'm a certified weight loss specialist. I'm a health, fitness, and nutrition coach. I'm also a military veteran, and I'm a nationally qualified bodybuilding competitor. But who cares about all that? The most important thing is that I'm here to guide you through the noise and help you build habits that are sustainable, realistic, and effective. So, the next person, I would like for them to introduce themselves, tell us who you are, what your certifications are, what you specialize in, and yeah, go from there. So, the first person on my screen is Miss D. So, go for it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dee Goodman. Everybody calls me Mama D. I have a small company called Senior Fitness with Mama D, where I specialize in Chair One fitness, everything all aqua, but I'm also certified on the National Academy of Sports Medicine as a senior fitness specialist, doing programs for 55 and older, and also group personal training. So I've been teaching for over 32 years, so now I'm getting more into the personal training realm, to add longevity to my career. So I'm excited to be here because I've been a part of other personal training groups. This is different, and I know why it's different.
You said you don't know why, or now you
I
know
know
why?
why it's different.
Oh,
So, because of the anointing that you have on your life, first and foremost.
thank
So,
you.
and the information that you want to share.
Mhm.
And that's kind of rare in this industry. So, I'm just happy to be part of the team.
Yay! And I'm happy to have you. We are happy to have you. Everybody say welcome, Mama D.
Welcome, Mama D.
Welcome, Mama D.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so the next coach I'm going to have her introduce herself is Shira. We go way back for some years, but I'm going to let her do her thing. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shira. I own a small company called All Season Body Fitness and Dance, where we are not just fit for summer, we are fit for all seasons. Okay. This is
Period.
a lifestyle. So I special in fitness and nutrition coaching, as well as dance fitness and group fitness classes such as Zumba, boot camp classes, you name it. I am very passionate about health and fitness. As Shakita said, we do go way back. And I am honored that she has allowed me to be a part of Team Sassy Fitness. I have been for several years, and I ain't going nowhere.
Period. And we're happy to have you. Thank you so much for trusting the brand
You're welcome.
and for being a wonderful coach and a wonderful leader. I told you that earlier today.
Yes.
Leading by example and also leading any new coaches that come on by example of what they should be doing. So I appreciate you for that. Everybody
You're
say,
welcome.
welcome, Shira.
Welcome,
Hey,
Sarah. Hey.
Hey, y'all.
Shira. All right, so now we're going to get into it. Before we get into the icebreaker, I would like to open the floor to any wins that anyone wants to share today, whether personal, fitness related, health related, anything you want to share. What? Crickets? Oh, I see Isaiah unmuted himself. What you got?
So, as far as fitness goes, I am happy to have gained a few pounds over this past
Woo!
week.
Yeah, you were happy
So,
about that, weren't you?
mm-hmm.
And
And
what's your
also,
goal? What's your goal number?
goal number is 120. I'm short term goal number is 110, so I'm almost there.
And you at where? Where are you at?
108.
Okay. And where did you start at?
I started at like what was that? One
You wasn't
oh,
won anything.
yeah. Oh, when I actually started, yeah, I was in the 90s. Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
like
in. You were in the upper
95.
90s, like 98.6.
Yeah.
So to be up 108, that's awesome.
hmm
And we know that's all muscle too. Congratulations, Isaiah. That's what I'm talking
Thank you, Miss
about.
Shire.
Yeah, you're
Stop.
welcome. I love
Keep.
it.
I love it. I love it. Yes. See, I love hearing wins like that. Come on with the come on. That's why it's important to measure your stats because you wouldn't have known that you made that progress if you didn't hop on the scale and track your stat. Like anything that's not measured, you cannot fix what's not measured. You can't see what's not measured. In order to make progress or move towards the needle, you got to track things. You don't know if you're eating under your protein goal unless you track it. You don't know if you're eating under your calorie marker unless you track it. So that's why I am a stickler for tracking. It's not about it being perfect. It's about getting your eyes on, okay, this is where I'm definitely falling short and this is what I need to do to improve. And then you have me or Shira or D to ask, okay, how am I going to get there? Can you help me? What tips do you have? What do I need to do to get there? Right?
Right, right.
Awesome, awesome. Good stuff. Anybody else got any wins to share? All right. Well, um, now we're going to get into the icebreaker. And I want to know what's something you've seen on social media that has made you question your own progress or your own routine? Don't all speak at once because I know we got something. What?
Well,
Oh, I
I
was
will
like, y'all.
say
What's
I had
that?
to think. I was
Oh,
thinking.
okay, okay.
Didn't take me long though. I will say since meeting you, before I became a coach, I was a client of yours. And working with you and seeing how disciplined you are definitely made me question my level of comfort
Mhm.
and why I wasn't seeing the results that I was hoping to see in the beginning of training with you.
Mhm.
I have often fallen short, as we do sometimes, we're human beings, of maintaining my nutrition goals, of keeping a regular workout regimen, but then questioning why I'm not seeing results. And I had to be real with myself like, okay, you can't be mad about the results that you're not getting from the work you're not putting in, hunty. Okay.
Right?
So you definitely made me look at myself, and you still do. You're a source of inspiration for me. So I watch what you do and I try to attend as many meetings as I can to learn the information that you have because I do find it valuable. And I
Mhm.
feel like that constantly helps me to stay on track and uh it's like you keep me on my toes a little bit. Like I'm constantly evaluating and reevaluating myself as a coach
Mhm.
because if I am not doing what I need to do and leading by example, how do I expect to gain clientele? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So yes,
Right.
having you in my life as, starting off as my trainer and now being, business partner, so to speak, I definitely look to you for inspiration and for constant inspiration. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yes.
that's awesome. And when it comes to social media, do you feel like some of the things that you comparing yourself to where you were at and what you were trying to do before you met with me, did it seem like some of the diets were too extreme, some of the transformations seemed too fast, or any,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Definitely, I've seen some transformations that seem to happen overnight, if I can say.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those transformations I learned later on came from people having surgeries and they're not being forthcoming about the fact that they had that surgery. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I don't knock
Mm-hmm.
anybody for feeling like they need to do that to get themselves to a better place, but don't lead people on to believing that you got there organically.
Right.
So,
hmm
absolutely.
And that's why I always say that comparison is the thief of joy.
Yep.
Because when you compare yourself to other people and other people, how they look and things, you don't know what they did to get there. You don't know what measures they took to get there. And let's be real, who cares?
Right.
Right? This is your journey. If they lost weight in ample amount of time or a small amount of time, that's their business. But you don't know if they took Ozempic. You don't know if they were taking other type of drugs, or anything like that. You don't know if they starved themselves, if they did any type of extreme dieting. You don't know what they did. And there are some people who organically reach their goals. You don't know how many times I have had people DM me. And I've been into fitness for a long time. And I've had people DM me because I have a scar on my stomach from having a baby and ask me, how did you get your stomach so flat? Did you get a tummy tuck? Because I see a scar on your stomach and I'm like, no, I
Have
did not
children.
get a tummy tuck. I had kids. And that's where that scar is from.
Jeez Louise.
Best believe the work that I've put in is the payoff of how I look now. It has nothing to do with surgery. I did not take no weight loss pill. I did not get no drugs. But because of the world where we live in, we're in the time of BBLs, butt lifts, waist
Microwave culture. People
reduction.
want things
They want
immediately.
things quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's what people market. People market you can lose 100 pounds in 30 days. If you lose 100 pounds in 30 days, trust and believe it is nothing healthy about it, and you're not going to keep it off. And we talked a little bit about the biggest loser last week. And all of those people who were on the Biggest Loser show are bigger than they were when they got on the show and lost all that weight. Because that is not sustainable. It's not healthy. It is very traumatic to the body. It's so much extreme dieting, it's so much restriction out there, and it's not sustainable. And it's because people want microwave results. I've had people come to me and say things like, I know this isn't reasonable, but I want to lose weight fast. Like, I'm just going to drink shakes all day. Drinking shakes all day is not going to help you reach your goal, especially if you're still drinking a bunch of alcohol, if you're still eating out every weekend, if you're still doing all these unhealthy habits. Drinking shakes instead of food is not the solution to the problem. People want to put band aids on what the actual problem is. It's like going to the doctor for an issue and they give you a prescription and send you away instead of finding out the underlying reason of why you're having said issue and treating said issue. Instead of putting a band-aid in it, oh, we're going to cover it up with this medication and make you feel better. You might be making me feel better, but the problem isn't going anywhere.
Right. They're treating the symptoms, not the real issue.
Right. And that's a lot of times what we can fall victim of on social media, and you have to be careful with that. So, thank you for sharing. Anybody else have something they've seen on social media that made them question their progress or routine?
Well, some of the things that I have seen is this quote unquote influencer, that realm. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you're a fitness influencer, but what are your certifications and what are your journeys and how long have you been in this industry?
And what are you
You know,
teaching?
correct. And the things that you post and the reels that you post, you're more in it for the clicks and the money, but not servicing the client. And
Right.
that's hard for me to see. Sometimes just stop scrolling because I'm like,
Right. Right.
once you on that algorithm that they know that you're looking at, Stuff that you don't even usually look at pops up. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
stop
Yep.
it.
And you can be an influencer because I consider myself a social media influencer. However, I am one that educates and provides value. Anytime I post something on social media, I ask myself, how is this going to benefit the consumer? What am I teaching them? What can they take away and what can they apply in their natural lives?
Hmm.
That's always my gain. I won't if I go on social media and I have a video of me walking to the beach, I'm gonna have something meaningful as to why I posted that video of me walking to the beach. Whether it's because I used to not have the confidence to wear this said bikini because of whatever my mental health issues were, and this is how I got out of it, and this is how you can too, or something like that. It's not gonna just be like, oh, look at my body and click like. No.
Hmm.
So there is a fine line between being an influencer that's beneficial and then an influencer that just wants likes and attention. There are two different types. I know Shira said if you're an influencer, what influence are you providing? Exactly. How are you influencing those who are following your page? And of course you want to target the people who um you want to find people who mesh with what you are sharing. Meaning mine is weight loss. So and people in their 40s who might be dealing with perimenopause and all the things. So I when I post something, I'm going to always tie it back to weight loss. I'm going to always tie it back to being 40 and being tired and not having energy and all the things. And then what can I do to make sure that I have the energy that I need, or what am I doing that's hurting me from getting this energy? What am I doing that's hindering me from weight loss? I think starving myself is helping me lose weight when really it's slowing down the process of weight loss because your body doesn't know and it's going to feed itself again. Things like that. But when I see things on social media like I lost 100 pounds in 30 days and I can help you lose this amount of pound and this amount, or drink this detox tea and drop 50 pounds instantly. Nobody drops anything instantly but water and poop. That's it. That's it. Everybody poops and pees every single day. I don't care how cute you are. Everybody poops and pees every single day. That's the only thing you can sell me on that's realistic. But dropping weight instantly from a tea, that's not happening. So, very true, and thanks for sharing. Is there anything else you wanted to share on that?
No, just when sometimes when I have a Q&A after some of my group fitness classes and the questions, that they ask because they're so bombarded by the internet. What's
Mm-hmm.
this? What's this?
Information overload.
And I always tell them if it sounds too good to be true, it's not. It's not. And if you have any questions because of my scope, I can't provide, I'm not a nutritionist. I can't provide you nutrition information. I can only refer you to someone who is so they can give you the
Mm-hmm.
answer that you need.
Right.
So just
To
having
me.
those conversations.
Come to me.
Hmm.
Because I'll let you know real quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's not my scope. I'm going that lane. That's not my lane. But I
Mm-hmm.
got some folks who are in that lane.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
just giving them a valuable information because that 55 and older population, they want the quick fix. However, the quick fix for them is very detrimental
Yes.
than the younger age
Mm-hmm.
group,
Mm-hmm.
and they
And
don't
that's why I
realize that.
always say you in your 40s still doing things you did in your 20s. Because what
Mm,
you did in your 20s is going to hurt you even more if you try to do it in your 40s and older.
hmm.
Starving yourself, eating junk all day, child, your 20s ain't worried about that. You're going to burn it right off. You're going to whatever. Do that in your 40s and watch how you blow up. Watch how inflamed you are.
Hmm.
Watch how uncomfortable you are. Watch how many stomach issues you have because you keep starving yourself and then putting the wrong thing in your belly whenever you do feed yourself.
Mm.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, that's good. Anybody else have anything to share on that? Something you saw on social media that made you question? Oh, go ahead, Crystal.
Oh,
the person I saw, which I'm mesmerized by people like this one person. She's an influencer. I don't know her name. She just comes on my timeline or something like that. She's 64 years old, and her body looks amazing.
I think I know who you're talking about because it's a few of them out there. It's
Yes,
possible.
I just don't. Her body looks amazing. Now I could tell she has filters on her face, so I don't even know how her face ages. But that's not the point. It's just like the glow that she has at 64, moving around, and it's just so inspirational, right? But it's like if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in your 40s, how you gonna keep that in your 60s, right? So it's an illusion, like, oh my God, like people grace, like when you're in your 60s, you can look like that, but you gotta work to look like that, and
Right.
so it's an illusion, right? Because you're like, oh man, she getting around good, 64, she moving like these young people,
Right.
right?
Yep.
But when you want to move around like these young people, you have to put in the work now, not when you 60 something and you got all this issues. And not saying that people who have issues, they can start whenever they need to start,
Right.
but for you to get that ultimate health like that, starting and making sure it's an everyday lifestyle. That I think that the consistency kills a lot of people. And I'm
Right.
like, once we get it, we good. Like, oh, we got it. Like, oh, we got our weight, we good, da da da, and never put more into it. And then we look around like, oh, I'm not the results I have because I'm not always being consistent. And so I am a sucker for a video of an older woman that's looking amazing and
Yep.
gracefully aging with her body and not letting her body dictate on how it should look
Right.
versus you letting my body know, like, this is the way we want to look, and this is the way how we're going to put in the energy to look the way we want to look.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's important too because that's always been my inspiration. I've always been inspired by women older than me who look great, who look like they're not their age. I mean, all the way back to when I was 19 years old, and I used to work at TJ Maxx. It was this older lady that used to come in there with her shirt tucked into her sports bra, showing like a crop top, showing her midriff, her stomach, and her little shorts on. And I used to look at her, and I'm like, man. And so I asked her, I was like, do you have kids? And she was like, yeah, I have two. And I was like, and your stomach look like that? I said, what do you do? I'm asking all the questions because
Right.
I want some of that. When I get to be that age, because when you're 19, 45 seem old to you, right?
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
so I'm asking her, I'm like, what did you do? And she was telling me all the things she did. Her oil, when I got pregnant, I used this oil, that oil, this and that. And when I tell you, when I got pregnant with my boys, I did everything she said she did and got the same result. But it all boils down to this. What, like I tease all the time and say, you still doing what you did in your 20s, but oftentimes the good habits that you have in your younger age benefits you when you get older. If you have bad habits in your younger age and you continue on through your late 30s, because things start to shift in your mid 30s now, and depending on who you are, it might be before that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can age yourself early on. So a lot of these older influencers who have these nice bodies, trust and believe they took care of themselves in their 20s. And the ones I see at the gym that are in their 50s and 60s and they got banging bodies, they look like me. And I'm like, every time I communicate with them, they're like, "Oh yeah, I've been working out since I was young, and I stayed in the gym even when I worked out when I was pregnant." And people used to tease me, but I didn't care because I said when I get older, pretty much the mentality that I have. So it's up to you if you're gonna get up in age and be a cripple, or if you're gonna get up in age and keep moving. I mean, Mama
Yeah.
Francis on here right now. She about to be 80 years old and she moving around all over the place, all over the place. And she said, "Ain't nobody finna slow her down." So, um, that's a good side of the social media. So it's important just to kind of filter that type of stuff out.
Yeah, totally.
So now we're gonna dive into the topic, and as we go through this, feel free to share your thoughts, experiences, or questions. Use the emoji thing, where you can raise your hand. Use that, and I'll acknowledge you if you want to, speak, or you can put it in the chat. Completely up to you. But the goal today is to empower you with knowledge so you can take control of your health and your journey. Okay, so as we've already uncovered, social media is a double-edged sword. You guys have shared things from bad things or crazy things that you've seen, and you've shared some good positive things that you've seen. So on the one hand, it can provide you inspiration, motivation, and community support. But on the other hand, it can also create unrealistic expectations, comparison, confusion, and misinformation. And that's what a lot of people fall victim to, is the comparison trap. Like I said, comparison is the thief of joy. You should never compare yourself to someone else because you don't know what they did to get where they are. It's okay to look up to someone, but to envy them because of where they are, I tell anybody, if y'all envy me, y'all envying the wrong person, because I went through some hell and fire to become the person that I am today, and I'm still growing. Every single day is a journey. So it's not going to behoove you to envy me, because if you had to go through the things I had to go through to be where I am today, some of y'all wouldn't make it. Everybody has a story, everybody has a journey, and everybody's journey is different, and you're not going to be able to walk in another person's shoes at all times, so you shouldn't compare yourself in that way. So you're often seeing on social media highlight reels, which is not real life. People oftentimes share the best parts of their life. They don't share the ugly. They share the best moments, not the full journey. They edit it, they filter it, and they curate the content. They cut out the ums and the oohs and the hiccups and the whatever. So you're seeing the perfection of what it is they're posting. And when you compare your real life to someone's highlighted reel, do you hear how unrealistic that is? That can make you feel like you're behind even when you're not. People who are showcasing that they've gotten engaged or that they've gotten married or whatever. You don't know what they went through to get there. But all you see is that they posted on, I'm engaged. You don't even
know if they happy with the marriage or with the engagement.
Right. I was just going to say that. You don't even know if they're happy in their current situation, if they're fearful of their current situation. You don't know. All you see is smiles on social media. It's a lot of people in relationships who smile on social media and they ain't happy. So let's talk about one of the biggest traps of social media, and that is fad diets and quick fixes. The main one that I hate to hear, which is something I just mentioned, lose 10 pounds in 10 days. Who doing that? Who losing 10 pounds in 10 days? Nobody. Or this one trick is going to help you melt fat. This detox tea is going to help you melt fat. Or you need to cut out carbs immediately if you want to lose weight. Like, you shouldn't be eating carbs. And then I hear people say, I have green beans and broccoli and this is a no carb meal. Do you not know that green beans and broccoli is carbs? It's just a lower carb. You don't sound very bright saying stuff like that. This is my 0 carb meal. I bet you if you was to track it in the food tracker, you would have some carbs listed on there. If it's not just meat, it's carbs. It might not be the complex carbs or the refined carbs, but it's carbs. Low carb, yes. 0 carbs, absolutely not. So these approaches are appealing because they promise fast results. Like Shira was saying, microwave society. Everybody want to pump something in for 30 seconds and be able to pull it out and get something instant, and it just doesn't work like that. They also promise minimal effort because the society we live in, people don't want to put in work for things that they get. They just want to get it. And also immediate gratification. I want my booty to look like yours tomorrow. Good luck, it's not happening. It's not. And then if we're shaped differently, your booty ain't gonna never look like mine because we got two different body types. So to say I want my booty to look like yours, your booty will never look like mine. But what I can help you with is the lifting and sculpting of your booty by doing specific exercising and eating certain foods. But your booty will never look like mine because we don't have the same body type. So the reality is this. These type of posts promising these quick fixes, they are not sustainable like I mentioned before. They often lead to rebound weight gain because once you start eating normally again, it's all going to come back. And they can also harm your metabolism and your relationship with food. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, have very unhealthy relationships with food. If they decide to go out with their family for one night and have some ice cream with cherries on top, they feel like they done ruined everything and oh, I feel horrible. And it was one night with your family. It's not gonna kill you. Now, if you was eating ice cream all week with cherries on top, that might hurt you a bit because you're not really feeding your body what it needs. You're feeding it a bunch of sugar, and over time, that's gonna backfire on you. So you don't want to do that. Most people don't struggle because they don't most people don't struggle because they don't try enough. They struggle because they're not following methods that because they're following methods that don't last. Methods that are not sustainable, they're following that. Oh, I tried this shake company and I was able to lose said amount of weight. But, well, okay, well, what happened? If that worked, why did you stop? Oh, because I got sick of it. Makes sense. Because a shake diet ain't gonna, you gonna get sick of it. It ain't gonna last. But if you have flexibility in the foods that you eat, and you just be mindful of how much of the protein, of the carbs, of the fats that you're eating, you can enjoy life in moderation with good portion control. Right? So I've had several people that I've talked to that has either done Weight Watchers, Slim Fast. Like when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, Slim Fast? So and I don't mean any harm. Like I'm very authentic with my facial expressions and my delivery, and I really don't mean no harm. But when they say I drink Slim Fast, I be like, you drink Slim Fast all day? Like that's all you drink? And it's like that's not real food. We're adults. Babies drink milk all day. Adults shouldn't be doing that. We need food, right? So you don't want to be following trends that don't last. You should ask yourself this when you're listening to something on social media. Is this something that I can do for a long time? If the answer is no, I wouldn't follow it. Is this something that will last? If the answer is no, I wouldn't do it. Does this sound realistic? If not, the answer is no. I wouldn't do it. So, how do you think you can protect yourself from misinformation? Any takers? Izzy, you got anything? How can you protect yourself? You got to unmute yourself. How you think you can protect yourself from misinformation?
Um, how do I think I can protect myself from misinformation?
Mm-hmm.
Do my own research for myself.
Do your own research. Or ask somebody who you know is a professional who knows what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll get steered in the wrong direction from people who think they know what they're talking about and don't have not a lick of a certification, but they got so much to say. They
Right.
got so many opinions. They have so much knowledge. Where'd you get your information from?
Right. That's like the
Right?
main question.
Huh?
That's like the main question.
Yeah. That's a good answer. Anybody else? How do you think you can protect yourself from misinformation?
Well, it's like one of the ladies said. If it sounds good to be true,
It is. Right. If
you
it
know,
sounds too
it
good to be
is.
true, it is too good to
So
be true.
I I wanted to say, have you been seeing these commercials on Tai Chi?
Girl, every time I see it,
Started
I'm like,
today and 30 days later, you all slim down and trim. You lost 30, 40 pounds. I'm like, nah, I don't believe that.
every time that dang on commercial come on, I'm like, make it stop. Because ain't nobody finna walk down the neighborhood and belly fat just gonna melt off. You serious right now? And you know it's an AI generated ad anyway. Go ahead, Miss D. I see you.
Mama Francis, you on it?
Right. See, so that means all of y'all done seen that foolishness, right?
And what really is the kicker, if you're noticing, is really targeting African Americans as well. If you're looking at the social media.
Yeah.
So they know we're the highest when it comes to spending money. So that's another
That's why we
idiot.
the brokest, but we ain't gonna have that conversation today.
Okay, that is true. But
Spend the broke. I say the brokest people have money. They broke because they can't stop spending it on foolishness. But I'm gonna stop there because this ain't the
That
topic
part.
today. But you're right. That's absolutely right. And I've done Tai Chi. And I'm like, ain't no way. When I tell you slow pace, it's great for mobility, it's great for stress relief, it's great for your mental health, it's great for relaxing. But you think that that's going to make you lose weight in 10 days? I wish it was a skip X button every time I see it. I can't stand it. It makes me so frustrated. I'm like, stop the foolishness. Why? And it's gonna take somebody gonna believe it. They not only do they target black people, they target the elderly because the elderly are very impressionable because they don't understand technology the way the younger people do. Scamming the mess out of them because they don't know how to check and verify that this is a scam. So they click on it. I don't click on nothing. So yeah, anybody else ways that you can protect yourself from misinformation? No.
I
All
think
right.
that
Oh, go ahead.
knowing that we live in such a digital age, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I think it's important for us to maintain a certain level of pessimism when it comes to social media because of what we talked about, how people only show you the good, they only show you the highlight reel. So I think it's beneficial to assume that what you know how they say, the old saying says, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, or something like that. Believe half of what you hear. I don't know how it
I know
goes.
what you said. Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah,
trying to say.
but you have to be very careful and know that social media is a big marketing engine. So
Mm-hmm.
if somebody can get you to spend money, if they can hit the right target in you and make you feel like what they have to sell or what they have to offer is for you, sleep on it. Think
Mm-hmm.
about it first. You know
Pray
what I'm
about
saying?
it.
That part, that part, because they thrive on people who click on things out of impulse.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just like Isaiah said, do your own research. Just like Mama Francis said and Mama D said, if it sounds like it's too good to be true, it probably is. Just
Right.
take a second to stop and think about it
Yes. Process it.
before.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So
Because a
I
lot of
think
times
that's
when you click on stuff, you be like, dang, I shouldn't have did that. But if you would have took
yep,
that second, you wouldn't
yep.
have had to say,
You could have
dang, I
saved
shouldn't have did.
yourself. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. So another way that you can protect yourself from misinformation is to build awareness and critical thinking. Like Shira said, take a second, process it, and ask yourself, who is sharing this information? Are they qualified? Because everybody posting on social media, like Mama D said, is not qualified. Is this evidence based? or opinion based? As my camera zoomed in, rightfully so. Is this evidence based or opinion based? Does this sound realistic or extreme? If it's extreme, half of the time it ain't true. And I'm like Mama D, when I see stuff like that, and I'm not a doom scroller. I literally will go on social media to post my content and get off. But when you first log in, you might see something and be like, oh, okay. And I'm a comment reader, comment section reader. I like to read and I be cracking up just from the comment section. And then I post my thing and I get off. I'm not gonna scroll. I got other things. I got too much to do to be sitting on the phone scrolling all day. I don't have time for that. But for the doom scrollers, that critical thinking aspect is very important. You need to look for consistency over time. If you happen to follow somebody from a post something that they posted, I'm very particular about influencers that I follow. If I don't know you and I decide to follow you, before I follow you, I'm going to your page and I'm looking to see what type of videos you post, because you might have just posted one good one and all the other ones is trash. I don't want that on my feed. Right? So verify. And look for people who post sustainable approaches, not something that's going to get you results overnight, because results overnight is not even real. We might be in a digital age, we might be in AI age, but anything AI is not real. I can put on some goggles right now and take me to another virtual world that can do all of these things, but I got to come back to reality, and my stomach ain't going down in 10 days. It's a process. And you also need to be cautious of quick fixes. Secrets. Ooh, I got this top secret. You know them videos that last for like several minutes and you be mad at yourself for listening to the video, thinking they gonna get to the point only to get you to be like, click on this button, I got this secret to share with you, when you could have shared your quote unquote secret in the
I
actual
absolutely
video.
hate that.
Oh my God, I hate it. You be
That's
mad
how
at
they
yourself like,
get you,
what I
though.
watch this video for?
That's how they get you.
Yep. And I be like, hello. Nope. Scroll. So be careful for them secrets type videos and the one size fits all solution, because like I said before, everyone's body is different. Everyone has different genetics. Everyone's health is different. So a one size fits all is not going to fit all. A cookie cutter program or plan is not going to fit everybody. What works for you ain't gonna work for the next person. Me and Shira can do the exact same workout program, eat the exact same food for a whole 30 days, and I promise you we will have 2 different results. I promise you. On the fact alone that we're shaped differently, amongst other things and differences that we have. Mama D and Mama Francis can follow the same exact workout routine, eat the same exact food for 30 days. And they're going to get different results. And I'm going to say Isaiah and Crystal, same thing. One, because he's a male and she's a female. He's going to get shredded faster than she does. Women's hormones change every single day. Men's hormones stay consistent. Is that fair? No, it's not, but that's what it is. So there is no one size fit all solution. And also, it's important to understand the value of certified coaching, which is what we have here. Because this is where working with a qualified coach makes a difference. If y'all didn't have a qualified coach and y'all was just going off of what you saw on social media, you would be following everything on social media. You don't know how many people say, I think I'm doing all right. I'm doing YouTube video workouts, or I'm doing TikTok video workouts. Okay, are you progressing? Are you growing? Are those workouts helping you with your nutrition? If you answer no to any of them questions, TikTok ain't helping you. It might help keep you moving, but it's not going to help you if you have a specific goal. Right? Oh, I'm just doing this TikTok workout, and then you go see them at the gym for 30 days and they still look the same. So that. Right? So having a qualified coach, instead of guessing, you actually get personalized guidance. structured plans, accountability. How many people on them social media is holding you accountable? On the days you like, I don't feel like doing social media today, I'm mentally burned out. They not gonna come through the phone and say, you didn't do your workout today. You didn't eat your food today.
Yep, they're gonna move right on to the next person that validates them or gives them
Right.
the attention that they're looking for.
And you also get education, which is what we're doing here. We have these calls every single Tuesday at 2 p.m. And if you can't join the call, you have the option to watch it later. So with that, you also get long-term strategy. Make sense? Long-term strategy. So anyone can post content online. Anyone. And not everyone is trained to assess your needs, adjust your plan, or help you navigate challenges. But coaching helps you cut through the noise and stay focused on what works. So the fact that you guys have invested in coaching rather than following social media trends, that says a lot about you and how serious you are about reaching your goals. Because at the end of the day, your goal is not quick fixes. Oftentimes when people seek out coaching, it's less about how they want to look and more about how they want to get rid of other ailments that they're dealing with, whether it's diabetes, high blood pressure. They know they have a history of certain illnesses that they don't want to be susceptible to. They are tired and weak all the time. They don't have no energy. They want to be able to move around with their kids. So yeah, losing weight is definitely going to help with those things. Getting moving is going to help with those things. Eating right is going to help with those things. So it's, of course, they want the aesthetic portion of it. I want to lose weight. I want to look good. But the underlying message of that, of all of that, is I need to get off this blood pressure medication. I'm pre-diabetic and I need to address that before it gets worse. I'm insulin resistant. I need to know what food I need to eat. My kidneys are doing this. I need to figure out what food I need to eat for that. And I'm not trying to toot my horn here, but in my 7 years of coaching full time, all of the clients that have worked with me who have fact checked their program with their doctor has approved it. And they tell them, your coach is telling you right. You need to listen to your coach. So if you have a coach that you're following or listening to, and they can fact check you with their doctor and get approval, you're listening to the right person. If that's not the case, you need to rethink who you're getting your information from. Also, if the person giving you information has health issues themselves, but they're trying to tell you what to do, how can you tell me what to do when you're not even getting yourself right? How you gonna tell me how what I'm doing or how I'm eating is not beneficial to me when your lab work ain't right? When your food on your plate ain't right? That's how I feel about trainers and coaches who don't look the part. Call it a personal preference, but I personally don't want to work with nobody who don't look like they work out and eat right. Because how can I trust you to get me where I need to be if you're not even doing what you need to do to get yourself where you need to be? So think about that as well. You be mindful of who you follow, be mindful of information you're getting from them, because anybody and everybody can post things on social media. It doesn't always make it true. Doesn't always make it factual and evidence-based. So, lasting results come from consistency, balance, patience, heavy on the patience, and informed decisions, not extreme dieting, overtraining, which can cause extreme stress to your body, and constantly switching strategies. You need to stick with one to see if it even works, right? Because sustainable habits will always Always, 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 always outperform temporary fixes. So here's our group reflection exercise. As you know, if you're able, I like you guys to close your eyes and reflect. If you're not able, showers walking, don't close your eyes, girl. I need you to stay on that treadmill. But close your eyes and ask yourself, have I ever followed a trend that didn't work long term? Do I compare my progress to what I see online? What would change if I focused only on my own journey? Reflect on those things. And after you reflect, I want you to take your attention to the chat and answer this question. You can respond in the chat or you can respond out loud. One way I will protect my progress from social media is what? After your reflection. And
I've already reflected.
Go ahead, boo. What you got? What you got?
One way, and the major way that I'm going to protect my progress from social media is by not comparing myself to anybody else.
Period.
Focus on my own pace, my own race.
Yes. And you have to. And that also protects your mental peace as well.
Yes. One of the hashtags that I use on my post is to be your own body goals. And when I say that, I mean, stop looking at other people saying, oh, I want to look like that. Like you said earlier, I want a booty like yours. That's not going to happen. We got two different shapes. Our genetics are different. You know, there's so many differences from person to person. So what do you want your body to look like? What does your best fit body look like to you, and work towards that?
Absolutely. And I love that so much. I see Mama D said, run your own race. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, just piggybacking about comparing. What works for one person may not work for me.
Right.
Due to injuries that I have or injuries that a client may have.
Right.
I'm not gonna be out there jogging trying to lose weight when I got bone on bone with my knees.
Right.
What other things can I do?
Absolutely.
So you have to find what works for you, and if you can, just stay off social media when it comes to advice.
Yeah, and I have to do that for myself too, because like you mentioned about the knees, I recently found out that I'm developing osteoarthritis in my right knee. And for those who know me, y'all know I love to run. I love doing jump rope. So to be told a couple weeks ago that I can't run and jump rope anymore, that was heartbreaking for me. You think I'm going to go on social media and watch all the runners and be like, man, I wish I could still. Why am I going to do that to myself? I'm going to find something else that I can still do that's going to help me reach my goal that doesn't include running or jumping rope, as much as I love it. Now my jump rope and my badge is going to collect dust, but that's all right. This is what it is. I can't do anything about it. I can go to therapy, but it's not going to cure it. But I know running will make it worse. So do I run? Or do I take care of myself and do what I can to work on me? And that's why social media and comparing yourself to other people is not healthy mentally. Not only are we in this journey for our physical well-being, but we're also in this journey for our mental well-being. And I always harp on that, because without a strong mental well-being, a mental peace, mental clarity, mental health overall, the rest is not going to happen for you. If your brain isn't in it, which is the biggest muscle because that controls every single thing that you do, you're not going to do anything else. So you have to be mindful of what you put into your brain. Anybody else have their answer to the question? One way I will protect my progress from social media influence.
Don't let the naysayers on social media get in your head.
Yes, that's good. And there's a lot of those. They come up underneath your post too. I had somebody come up underneath my post, but I be ready. Trying to tell me what I posted something about. Matter of fact, I'm a receipt person, so let me go on and tell y'all exactly how it went. So the post said, let me go to it. It made me laugh actually. Because I was like, you took that amount of time to do that? Okay. So the post said, golly. It said, You do this 3 times a week, and now your arms, back, and core are toned as ever. So it's a video of me lying on the floor on a mat doing a chest press, right? Let me mute my sound. um, yeah, I'm lying on the floor doing a chest press. So some bright person who thinks they're smart, came on my post and said, "Flat bench really doesn't work back or core. I'm not sure what in the false information is going on here." And Isaiah know me, I be laughing, right? So this is what I said. Actually, this is a dumbbell chest press with core engagement because the core stabilizes the body throughout movement. And depending on how the exercise is performed, your lats and surrounding stabilizers, they stabilize your muscles as well. No false information here, just simplified content for, in all caps, my audience. Thank you for engaging though. And it's also called engagement versus primary muscle focus. I hope that clears up the confusion. That's what I said.
Period.
Yeah, seriously, the way you just schooled them, right?
Because you're
Like,
gonna
go
come on
somewhere
my
else
page.
with your negativity.
Because you're gonna come, and usually like I'll ignore stuff, but when it's a guy, I'm sorry guys, like I really have no chill with y'all. Because if my content is for women, why are you even here? But that's why I said thank you for engaging though. Wink. So that just goes to show you that not everybody who's on social media know what they talking about. Right? So Crystal, I see you unmuted yourself. What you got?
Be kind to yourself in this process, right? You're
Yeah.
evolving, right? You're finding new information and eye opening experiences and awareness. Be kind with yourself because your body is going through an evolution of a journey of everything health, fitness. And I know we're our hardest critics, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes just having like kindness and care and showing that love to yourself goes a
Mm-hmm.
long way for the motivational process and the consistency process of it.
Absolutely. I love that so much. It's so true. And then bring it back to your foundation. No matter what you see online, your plan still remains. Tracking your food, hitting your protein and calorie goals, drinking your water, moving your body daily, and doing some type of resistance training at least 3 times a week. But most of all, making sure you sleep. Get enough rest, at least 7 to 9 hours per night. That is not flashy at all, but guess what? It works every single time. So don't let the trends pull you away from what's already working. What y'all ever heard, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? I know y'all done heard that phrase
Yep,
before.
sure have.
So if what you're doing is working, why are you
Why
altering
would
it?
you quit?
You looking for something different? So this is my favorite part. What resonated most with you today? Dang. I didn't teach good today. Oh, what you got?
So that is hilarious. What resonated most with me today is that everybody gonna have something to say on social media. So using your discernment and your knowledge of what is working for you is your best option.
Yep, I like that. Go ahead, Keto. I guess I did all right. All right, Mama D, I see you. What you got?
I think everybody has the same conclusion about trusting social media and going
Mm-hmm.
to a trusted source, like the coaches that we have here, because of the
Yeah.
experience that we've had. We walk the walk. We've done it to
Mm-hmm.
instead of relying on social media as your go to.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Anybody else? Your biggest takeaway?
I think one of my biggest takeaway is just rationalizing your thoughts, right? know the difference between reality and fantasy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you think is real and what is fake. And
Yeah.
so sometimes we get caught up in those quick clicks and thinking, okay, that's how life goes, but that's not how life goes. And so it goes back to rationalizing your thoughts
Mm-hmm.
first and
Yep.
understand your reality of your plan, your body, your fitness, your life, and
Love it.
not someone else's.
Yes, that's good. That's good, Crystal. Come on now. Come on.
No, right? She talking like she a coach. Now we got new
Right,
coach coming on
right.
the
No,
team.
no,
What's
no,
Well,
no.
up?
She know.
she been
She know why I'm talking like that. You know
she
why
been
I'm
a
talking
client.
like that.
Mm-hmm. She been a client for what, 4 years now?
Oh, that'll do it.
So she done got a wealth of knowledge in that.
I love it.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I gotta go because I gotta go pick up these kids.
Oh, go
So
ahead. Thank you for
I'll see.
being here.
No problem.
All right,
All
have
right.
a good one.
You too.
So this is one thing that this homework is a little bit different. This week is your Truth Over Trends challenge. Now it's completely up to you if you do it, but this is just my recommendation. So the first thing I would like for you to try is audit your feed. Whatever you have on social media, audit your feed. Unfollow or mute accounts that make you feel discouraged, promote unrealistic expectations, or push extreme methods. If they do any of those three, unfollow or mute them so you don't get those on your feed. And follow accounts that educate, empower, and promote sustainability. The second thing, stay in your lane. Focus on your plan, your habits, and your progress, not somebody else's and not what looks pleasing to the eye, because it might not be sustainable. And the last one way I stay focused on my journey this week. One way I will stay focused on my journey this week, and y'all already said it. Pay attention to what you're consuming on social media. Right? So I appreciate you all for being here. That's it for today's session, but I do want you to remember that not everything online is truth. Quick fixes don't create lasting results. Consistency beats trends, and your journey is yours, not anyone else's highlight reel, because half of it ain't true. You don't need a new plan. You need to trust the one that you're on. So before we close, I would love if you would drop one word in the chat that describes how you want to feel when you focus on your own journey. One word. All right. Assured, confident. Secure. All right. I love it. Well, again, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for staying committed. And thank you for choosing growth over comparison. And I hope to see you next Tuesday, where we will continue to build habits that actually last. And we're going to keep moving forward so that we can make sure that you continue to fix the things that you need to work on. And next week's topic is going to be, my screen is twirling again. It's going to be, man, these months going by fast. It's going to be daily habits for long-term energy. Daily habits for long-term energy. Y'all ready for that one? All right. Well, until next time, Chiquita Nicole Sassy Fit is out. Ta-ta for now.
This is Coach Sassy Fit with Sassy Fitness.